Friends, welcome to the Parking Lot YouTube channel. Oh, today's a great day. Oh my goodness, I locked my door, thank God. Today's a great fucking day. Ladies and gentlemen, we can all cheer in glory. For those of you who wasn't with us on Monday, and if you just didn't care this entire weekend, there are 12 teams in Europe, soccer teams, who are all going to break away from the traditional Champions League route to form their own, as they called it, European Super League. And this was going to break the world. Every single fan was heartbroken. Everybody thought this was going to end the sport as we know it. And sure enough, day by day, protest, by hatred from fans, by hatred from sports analysis, we finally got the words we wanted. The teams have all, except for 3, have broken away from the Super League. We can say it now. The Super League is dead. So give us some.
The witch is dead. The witch is dead. Ding dong. The witch. Witch is dead.
I have something I want to say about this, though.
Go ahead.
I do have something to say. I mean, initially, I was a bit confused with the whole ordeal, obviously, because I'm American, and really the only exposure I get to soccer. Well, I mean, obviously, I'm aware of soccer leagues, but I mean, the only real team I'm aware of on a regular basis is actually just the MLS, being the Galaxy. However, the thing is, once understanding it, it feels like a microcosm of my own school's ex-high school's football division. So let me explain. So the reason being how I can find the similarities. Come on, this is relevant. So the reason I can find how people are arguing to move these clubs up into their own Super League. The thing is, we had a similar case with so in our high school division, we have a Catholic boys' school that's known for beating the crap out of everybody, and everyone hates them eternally for that. However, they had an arbitration case against the division from every single school in the division, and they ended up getting kicked out and get thrown into this Catholic high school division. And so eventually they've been fighting back and forth, and they at last, actually about a year and a half ago, lost the case this time, and now they only have to play the division up, being all the prep schools and everything. So I don't know how to understand it. I mean, I don't know how to feel about it in the sense that it feels like a microcosm of what I can deal with my local high school teams in comparison to the biggest soccer clubs in the world. So I mean, I don't know. I personally feel like for the fans' sake, yes, I can understand. You people have a demand for that, and obviously you can't just relegate them off because of how big the market is. But at the same time, I mean, if you really wanted to wrap your head around it, think about it. You could get like the Uruguay national team. You could get like Nacional. You could get like Boca Juniors or River Plate and merge them in their own Super League. And if you really wanted to market upon that viewership, I just think it's kind of stupid how they're thinking of, well, why don't we just capitalize upon this altogether? Like, come on. Am I right?
Yeah, in a sense. But this has been a very nerve-wracking week or at least weekend. This only lasted the entire weekend and then halfway through the week. But even though it's still technically not dead, so it's still technically in effect. The only thing is that it started with, I think, 12 teams, and the proposal of possibly having 16. Half of those teams being English, and now only 3 teams remain, being Barcelona, Juventus, but they're possibly going to pull out soon just because their president did say they were going to step down. There's rumors of him stepping down.
Wait, Juventus agreed to it?
Yeah. Juventus did agree to this. Yeah. Barcelona.
AC Milan agreed to it?
Huh?
AC Milan and Inter, I think.
Yeah, AC Milan and Inter also agreed, but AC Milan and Inter both pulled out. But Juventus is the only team left in Italy, and then the 2 teams in La Liga, Barcelona and Real Madrid, are still in, with the president of Real Madrid, probably the biggest supporter who has came out saying, I actually want this to happen. He's still coming out saying, I can't believe these teams are pulling out. He's now trying to pull out information of there's a contract they signed. They're going to do this for 23 years. They can't pull out. No, that's not going to happen. You're just trying to cover your ass. And it's...
Hey,
Yeah.
The only reason why he's being all defensive is because he was meant to be the league's president.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He meant to have control over this.
You could always go hit up Stan Kroenke.
Why don't we?
Stan Kroenke was going to be a vice president, a vice chairman.
Yeah. Wait, was Arsenal?
Why don't we look up how much money?
Yeah, Arsenal was in it.
The big six in England were the teams left. Tanner, what were you gonna say?
But why don't we look up how much money that Real Madrid guy has lost over the pandemic? Let's see what his motivation was.
Possibly, but even then, like here's the thing. And this point has been made, like, from everybody at Sky Sports News, which is the biggest newscast company in England. Every single person has made this point. Like, yes, they're out for money, and the owners that have agreed to this all have ownership that are either not fan controlled. It's either not fan controlled, and also possibly outside of the country itself.
Kroenke.
Arsenal's owned by Kroenke. Glazers for Man U. Fenway Sports Group for Liverpool. Like, all of these teams that said, hey, we're going to put into this and make a lot of money are not even in the freaking thing. I mean, the people who own Man City are from Abu Dhabi. And it also, like, plays to the fact of how, like, the
Emirates.
And it's also played to the fact of how, like, the FIFA World Cup next year is going to be in Qatar, even though nobody's going to want to go to Qatar. Like, it plays in the whole thing about money. Like, everybody who's wanted this is all about the money. And so the fans knew this, the fans hated it, and the fans made sure that they would not stop until it ended, which it has. And the support for this, it has been great. It's great to finally find a new focus on sports that's not the same dead story every single day. Like, reading up on this, watching Twitter, reloading, like, that was the only time I've ever reloaded a Twitter news story to see what new tweets were coming out, because I wanted to know current updates about it.
I do have a quick question, though. Which Bundesliga team? I'm assuming
no Bundesliga.
That was the thing.
No
Really?
Bundesliga.
I was going to say, like, Bayern Munich here.
They got in contact with Bayern, PSG, and Dortmund.
Dortmund?
They got in contact with all three. They were like, we're going to improve to 16. And, like, they were like, okay, we're going to get in contact. But the thing is that when they came out with the original 12, so much backlash and so much hatred that the other three were looking at this going, if we put in now, we're going to be hated for good. So
what other Italian teams did they get in? Did they? So I know
it was just those three.
So they didn't get so it was just AC Milan.
If there was already a big team in Europe, they were already possibly playing.
Now
they're already possibly agreed to that.
The two Milan teams and Juventus.
Yeah.
Actually, if they really, you know what, I will say this. And I'll be the devil's advocate. I'll say this: if they really wanted to shed the image of greed, then they really could have gotten to some of the most diehard, I guess, supported clubs within the region. Like, for instance, if they really wanted to talk about viewership boost, they would have gone for someone like Dortmund. Well, I mean, obviously, they would have made a harder push for Dortmund for that argument, but they could have also gotten someone like Lazio. They could have gotten someone like Genoa, like someone with some of the craziest fan bases.
Maybe. I'm guessing that there were other teams they contacted who said no. But those were just the ones that came out. Those are the ones that were, like, put in with the paperwork that their names were attached.
I'll preface this to the rest of, I mean, amazingly, I'm not an expert, but from what I have been able to understand, teams like Lazio and Genoa, they're kind of like the Cleveland Browns and Green Bay Packers of kind of like Italian football, if you will. I mean, they're small demographic markets. Obviously, they're not FC Barcelona. You're not going to find a kid in Africa wearing a Messi or SS Lazio jersey. You're going to see them, obviously. But at the same time, though, with that dedicated of a fan base, if put in mind, there's some fan bases that will not care of any distance. They will transverse whatever continent just to see their team in the most pointless games ever. But I'm saying, if they really wanted to do this without all this bad PR, they would have capitalized on those particular teams, like on those clubs. Like, dare I say it, even like the super. I'm trying to think of what the term is for like those kinds of clubs that have diehard fans who have.
They're called ultras. They're called ultras.
Thank you.
Diehard
Thank
fans
you. I was
ultras.
trying to remember. I was going to say triads, but I realized.
Yeah, but here's the thing as well. You gotta remember who proposed this league. It was the owners of these teams. And are these owners do these owners know about Lazio's great fan base? Do they know about
Well,
how
no,
passionate
they
they are?
hate Lazio's great
Or
fan
do
base.
they
That's the
look at
problem.
which teams have the most viewers on CBS Champions League matches during the weekday in the US?
Let me preface that. Lazio's fan base is like the Philadelphia Eagles on steroids. They are well, no, I take it back. They're not as violent. No, they are just as violent as the Eagles fan base. So no, they're the Eagles on steroids. They'll travel any distance, tune in from thousands of TVs across the country just to watch their team in the most pointless matchup ever.
Passionate fan base
So
is what drives sports, though.
I think that's what their fear is. That's I think their fear is just we're gonna have these stupid out of market teams that are only representing this tiny little cluster of people. Why not? I mean, more people outside of the country are gonna know who AC Milan is. Wait, quick question: is Paulo Scorleone still at AC Milan?
I
Are you talking about the owner of AC Milan?
I'm trying to remember. Was he the owner or GM? Paulo Scorleone was like the Jerry Richardson of Italian football. No, not Jerry Richardson.
The owner,
Bob McNair.
Oh,
think
chairman.
it changed.
He's a chairman.
Oh, he's a chairman.
Oh my God, he's still there. He's like the Bob McNair of Italian football.
I thought Scalononi was like a pasta.
Of course you did.
No, that's
Of course you did.
don't be
Of course you did.
racist.
420
Welcome.
was yesterday,
Welcome,
Joey.
He is in Colorado. after
Joey
all.
probably
There is no-
got off work. Give him a break. Come on, guys.
Actually, I'm going to work in about a couple.
Yeah, see, he's going to
hours.
work. The guy's
Yeah.
tired. He's about to. You guys know he works overnight shifts. Come on, give him a
I
break.
know. You're just
Anyway.
By myself. Yay, not being able to have any kind of protection other than a button.
Oh man. Yeah. If you.
Oh boy.
Well, I was gonna say we'll link his Instagram if you want to hear him complain about his work, but I don't think he's gonna do that, nor can we link his Instagram. But speaking of that, though, I do want to make this point though. We always leave it to the end, and it's time that I make it in the beginning of the videos. I'm gonna let you guys know now. Check the description down below. We have amazing, great links for you guys to look at there. First off, our Twitter and our Instagram. We post on there as regularly as possible. A lot of them are updates, and a lot of them are just how we feel about sports at during a live time. If you want to get a live update about sports news, we'll have that on our Instagram and our Twitter. Also down there is a Discord link. I highly recommend joining the Discord link.
Tell us what you want to see. Tell us how you feel. We don't care.
It is this.
We talk anything.
It's gonna
video
be
games, you name it.
It's gonna be the smallest sports Discord community that you will find that are friendly, always talk to each other. And everybody who's on the show also
we're
talks
the
and
guys
posts
running
in that
the
Discord.
show. You can tell us what you want us to say. Well, not to say, but like what you want us to talk about.
We're all inclusive.
So it is public. It is free to join. So please click that Discord link. Make sure to join. If you like the content that you hear, make sure to like the video and also subscribe to our channel to watch our live streams on every Monday and every Wednesday night to get more about it. So hopefully you guys enjoy what we talk about today. Going over towards that though, so even though like I could like go in depth about like the soccer world and blah 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 blah, to keep it more towards a sports focused thing, I think the thing that everybody has to look at when it comes to this whole UEFA Super League problem and process is that people think that owners and general managers just get in their office, they tune out the public, and they make their own moves. And this is showing that they do. This is showing they do.
And this isn't the first time. Well, I wouldn't say this isn't the first time they've really put that on public display. I'm not sure if you guys remember about, 2015. Yeah, remember a couple, like 5-6 years ago, they put out this movie called United Passions that it was entirely funded from FIFA. It literally was released 1 week before the corruption scandal broke the international headlines.
I remember that.
They tried to market it as like a by fans for fans movie, and then it ended up being so badly thrown together in just the glorious. I'm trying to think of a clean way to describe this. How self-glorifying tribute ass kissing of FIFA that it only grossed like $800 its first week in the United States.
Yeah, because I don't even
No.
remember that movie whatsoever.
No, but
So
I never
I
even
don't
heard
blame
of
the
it until
fans
Yeah,
for
now.
me neither.
feeling that way because this is the same crap they pulled before. This isn't something new to them, especially the most loyal European followers. Realize, and now this is them just putting this on full display, throwing their hands in the air, smacking themselves in the face, realizing, I mean, I thought they couldn't go lower than 2015, and here they go again.
I really should just get into soccer, shouldn't I?
That's up to you, Joey. We're not
That's
forcing.
up to
We're
you.
not forcing you to
It's
join
a good
sport.
sport, man. I
We're
love
not
it.
forcing you to join a sport.
Arigato.
But this is not just a soccer thing. This goes to show. I hope everybody looks at this and takes this out of the entire Super League deal and ordeal and process. Is that if you have a popular opinion that everybody agrees with and the fans want action, make your voices heard. Make your voices heard.
I will say this: be thankful that the ML or what is it? No, be thankful the MLB, the NBA, the NFL. I'm not going to get into a political stance thing because that's what we're not what we're here to talk about. But I will say this: you can't deny they listen to the fans. They listen to what fans rally for. They listen to what fans mass flock to support. Well, to an extent though, but they at least listen to us to an extent. This is more so.
Yeah.
It seems. I mean, obviously they're not perfect. Obviously they're not perfect. They've had several notable mistakes, I will say, but at the same time, though, you can't deny they've listened to us, especially on issues to this extent.
Better than the Premier League, I guess.
Exactly.
But still, yeah, they have these leagues have done a better job at listening to our demands for the most part. Yeah.
I mean, there's one particular person who I guess is involved in both sides of this analogy, although he decided to redesign some stupid uniforms and did not listen to a single fan's remark, despite what I just said. But still, they listen to the fans.
Hey, Alex, no. Okay. Listen, we gotta duel this out. Kroenke as a football and a soccer fan, horrible. Kroenke as a hockey fan, great. Or as a hockey owner, great. Thank you, Kroenke.
What's he done for you? What's he done for Colorado?
Can you watch games, Joey? Can you watch games on TV right now?
I think there was a hashtag trending in England. Kroenke sell Liverpool or something.
It's Arsenal.
Actually,
and
he
should.
It's Arsenal.
It's Arsenal. You know what? Actually,
Kroenke sell Arsenal.
No, Kroenke should sell Arsenal. But Kroenke's dumped so much money into the Avalanche, so much money.
What about the Nuggets? Actually, the Nuggets, he's all right. Okay, I'll give him a pass.
Ball Arena is named for the Nuggets. That's the one thing that pissed me off is we got rid of Pepsi Center.
Hey, wait, why did you just? It's basically Ballerina. Why? Dang it!
Isn't it named for a can manufacturer?
Yeah.
Oh, like ball cans?
It's made for recycle. Yeah.
Oh, ball canning. That's right. Anyway, but I think I will preface this to, I guess, going back on the topic of football and association football in general. So Kroenke is not the most liked person in the NFL. That said, I mean, there's far worse characters as owners than Kroenke. However,
Spanos.
Well, yes.
Why
However,
do we all say that in unison? That's just sad.
Well, because
Spanos sucks.
So let me put this: in the UK, he is the embodiment. If someone put Dan Snyder and Spanos in a blender, Arsenal has been run into the absolute ground since they took the majority ownership in 2017.
Actually, his son runs the team, not Kroenke. His son
because he bought a majority share in 2017. He used to have minority stake in Arsenal actually since 2007. But no, the Arsenal fans want his head on a stick. They truly despise. They hate him to an absolutely unprecedented level.
Because he doesn't know how to run a soccer team.
Well, he doesn't care. That's the thing.
He doesn't care. He's just in it for the money.
He runs it like any American, a typical American would run a soccer team.
Okay.
Wait. But the question is, what if we put oil underneath the Arsenal field? Then would the American care?
Yes, Yes, he would.
And going back off that, so we don't go back to that, that is one thing, though, to talk about. We keep on mentioning about this. The English, the Premier League, and the government still haven't decided what to do to these 6 teams that have joined the Super League. And
So
honestly,
I read about that.
yeah, so like 14 clubs got together protesting the Super League and protesting the teams against it. They didn't say who the 14 clubs were. And after they pulled out, I'm guessing one of them is Leeds as well, because Leeds had wore shirts in protest.
Leeds.
Yeah,
Leeds
Leeds
United,
wore shirts
they
in
wore
protest.
shirts
They were
in protest
playing-
against
They were playing
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
But
Leeds used to be
and
the
it was
least
also approved
supported-
as well. I heard that it was actually approved by the Premier League. But anyway,
Do they do
Wow,
drafts?
okay.
Do they do drafts?
no, there's no
No.
such thing
No.
as drafts. You sign young prospects, but that's besides the point. We're not getting into that. Getting
They have,
back
like,
on
a
track.
whole
Getting
fucking
back on
academy.
track. The thing is that there still hasn't been a decision about what to do with the punishment of these teams. And honestly, I don't want to see any of these owners back. I don't want to see any of these chairmen back. I don't want to see any of these, anybody who is a big deal and a big decider on the Super League whatsoever. I don't want to see any of them back.
Frank.
Yeah.
Just a great show.
So I was reading on The Athletic that the Premier League Association asked for all chairmen of the teams involved to step down.
I hope so, because I
Oh.
want.
No, they did.
I
They
want
did.
I want them gone. I want the chairman's gone. I want the owners gone. Like Kroenke needs to leave. Fenway needs to leave. Glazers need to leave. Anybody who has
Wait,
been
the
a big
Glazers?
deal and a big
The
decider
Glazers are
on the
our
fact,
majority owner
yeah,
of
and
Man U.
Ed Woodward
Yeah.
stepped down. I am so
No.
glad Ed Woodward
Yeah,
stepped down, because
the
I
Glazers
fucking
are
hate it.
majority owner of Man U.
Oh
was
my
Liverpool one of the
God.
teams that was Liverpool one of the teams?
Yes, and that's
Yeah,
Fenway
they're
Sports
owned
Group.
by-
Fenway Sports Group needs
So,
to
by
step
Fenway.
down.
So Frank, you want LeBron James to step down as owner?
He's he's minority.
He's minority.
So
He's
it
not
doesn't matter.
majority. And even then,
You know
we all know LeBron James doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He has a bigger problem in Los Angeles. All I am asking
Frank.
is for anybody who is a big contributor to this to step down and get the fuck out of football.
Nah, 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 nah.
I have to point out
Nah.
something pretty obvious. Let's be real. The fact that you have names like Kroenke, Fenway Sports, and the Glazers who are taking control of Premier League franchise teams. Do you realize? I mean, look at they're running this like KFC. They're running this like franchise operations.
They're running
like the
this
Yum brand.
like an American sports league.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
that
not
was the
British.
point. That was the
That's
point of the.
why.
I'm not British.
They
I'm
shouldn't
not British,
be.
but I have to say this. The thing is, I'm not British to really commentate. Say, "Oh, we need to keep our country like solely owned," but kick us out. Keep it. Don't let Americans run your league. I mean, kick us out. Like the thing is, let me point something out. Fenway Sports also. Oh, I'm trying to remember which NPB team they have majority stake in. I forget. It'll come to me later on. But keep that in mind as well. And now this is going to only open the door for people like Robert Kraft. Wait
Oh,
till
God,
Robert
no.
Kraft shows it. You don't want
No.
Robert Kraft
No,
to take
don't.
control of
No.
a Premier League team.
Look how he runs.
He already owns
uh,
Revolution.
Keep it
No.
British. They need to keep it British. Kick the Americans out. Keep it British.
Keep it European at least.
Or
Pull
who
like a-
who cares about keeping it what? Make sure the fans are first. Why are we forgetting
Yeah.
that part?
That's true.
I don't care who
I was
runs
watching
it.
a couple
It should
interviews
be
before
fans
today.
first.
Before this,
Fans want blood for this.
about how there
All
are.
right, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. If it should be fans first, then why are tickets always so expensive? Why aren't tickets $10 a game? If it should be
That
fans
is-
Because they wouldn't make any profit.
That is a whole
because they
big
still
that
have
is
to
a
make
whole big
profit.
issue doing with sports management, contracts, and stadium prices and yada yada yada.
Joey-
that just goes back into
Joey-
the fact that stadiums and teams keep on getting more expensive every single
Joey-
day.
If they sold those tickets for $10 a piece, think about it this way. Yes, you would fill up, but at the same time, the margin of profit would crash and fall off a cliff.
And
So
Look, I
I
don't know
want to
the
say
prices
this.
that they do, but every game in Europe, regardless of which team, is always packed.
I want to say
Before
this.
whole pandemic, it's always packed.
Supply and demand.
Mhm.
That's my
Exactly.
point. Supply and demand.
There are people who have season tickets for generations.
Mm-hmm.
For
Like
sure.
I was listening to
Yeah.
that when I in Sky Sports interview. Yeah, these are people who've had season tickets. The son is watching the games now. Their dad, their grandfather, their great grandfather. These are teams that are over 150 years old.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I think the concept of the season ticket began in the Premier League, if I'm not
It
mistaken.
did. It did. It did.
Which actually saying that, somebody asked if they wanted our thoughts on this. Basically, that's exactly what the 50+1 rule is that they just announced in the Bundesliga. That's basically what 50+1 is. Because they asked if we want our thoughts, so I was going to read it. This is from Bundesliga.com. The 50+1 rule guards against this. In short, it means that clubs, and by extension the fans, hold a majority of their own voting rights. Under German Football League rules, football clubs will not be allowed to play in the Bundesliga if commercial investors have more than 49% stake.
I like
That's
that.
how it should be.
You know,
That's
You
the
know,
new
I
rule they
like
just
that.
enacted. They enacted it
I like that.
during this whole process. I don't know if
What's
it was
the-
like in development and then they enacted it, or if they did it overnight. But it was like in this
No, these
process while it
things
was going
are-
on, they announced
like
this
it.
rule, and I like it too.
CFL policy? What's the CFL policy? Like a good percentage of the players and the staff have to be Canadian. I forget what the percentage is.
But that's
like,
nationality, and that's to try and get
That's
fans
national.
at the game. That's a thing to like try and
Okay,
get fans
good.
to actually go
yeah,
to the
okay,
games
good
by
point.
making
I mean, these
players
clubs don't
who
have to
actually
worry
play
too
in
much
there
about
do it.
that, but
I think the best example would be the Packers.
Best
Oh,
yeah,
the
best
Packers don't have
example is
it.
Packers.
actually, that's a
Lambeau
great
Field has
example.
not sold their naming rights because the fans are still paying for Lambeau Field.
Hmm
If you really think about it, because exactly, because there isn't, well, there's a chairman, obviously, but like, there's team, they're only publicly owned. I mean, if you think about that, I kind of like the demographic of that. I mean, you don't have one sole person to get sold the rights. I mean, you'd have to sell it to all these people to convince them, all right, we'll slap our brand name upon your field. But I like the demographic of that. I mean, we want to use that as a model as well. I mean, especially considering how insanely diehard these clubs can get, or the fans of these clubs can get. I mean, you'll more than likely find a good amount of people who are going to invest a good chunk of cash into becoming part owners of this,
Yeah.
especially celebrity fans.
It just said fans in general have
I know you could
ownership.
buy shares of Manchester United in the stock exchange.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, no, but like that's just the whole point of like I feel like sports nowadays, like fans are right now just like at the time, like fans were just on the sideline until this point. Fans were just, they went to the games, they bought the jerseys, they cared about the players, but like that was really it when it came to like, like because like everything else had to come from somewhere, and so that's why stadiums sold naming rights. That's why owners are from corporations or or from people who are very very rich. All of this have come from the fact that sports are getting more and more expensive. But
It is. But
this is showing that
They're
the
only-
fans still. This is still the fans' team. This
Yeah.
isn't the owner's team.
I have to preface this or respond to that saying, in a desert of greed, I have to say that Atlanta Falcons have actually done something right. So I don't know if you guys have ever
Yes.
seen this, but have you seen the fan merchandise and the fan-controlled prices at Mercedes-Benz Stadium?
Oh yeah, it's the cheapest in the
Love it.
league. I heard
That is
really?
one of the greatest things. That is
the
one of the
concessions
greatest.
are one of the
$5
cheapest in the
beers.
league.
Oh yeah, yeah.
$5
Okay,
$3
yeah.
hot
So I
dogs?
remember. Yeah, so I remember that
Exactly.
they like the prices were like
$10
really
buffet
really
combos.
low.
That is awesome. You know what? Come on. How often do you hear that people only in this decade people say that's the one thing the Falcons nailed on the head? I mean,
Right? Yeah,
you know what? The
Well,
thing
the
is,
other
I
thing
like that.
the nail on the head is blowing leads, but
that too.
Well, I just prefaced that, but let me continue to say it. Thing is, like obviously Arthur Blank comes from literally the founder of Home Depot, so obviously he's not some startup guy out of nowhere. But the thing is, I like his approach towards the fans. He doesn't see them as assets to end up as just for revenue. I mean, he actually, I kind of appreciate that. He's looking at it and realizing, I mean, how do I give this back to the fans to ensure that to return to pretty much the basic dynamic that we've been talking about. I mean, I like how there's people like that who have that as an option. I'm trying to think of other examples within. Anybody else know any other? Actually, the Oakland A's have a fan controlled. Well, obviously because the Coliseum sucks, but they have a fan controlled like pricing for food and merchandise.
I mean, there's
but
not really a lot
the
of like
thing is-
fan controlled stuff out there, just because
What?
like the owners and the chairmans are worried that the fans are then going to make everything cheap because it, like, would you like that's like basically going to a bank and being able to get a loan because you can control what you do. Like, people
But
are worried
here's
that it's
the
going to
thing.
nip them in the ass.
here's the
Actually,
thing.
even though it's not 100% completely fan control, the Avalanche have a really good review system whenever you leave the stadium. They're like, hey, you just attended a game.
Yeah,
Do you
feedback
wanna
surveys,
take a
yeah.
survey?"
Well, yeah,
I
everything
got
needs a
those.
feedback survey. If you're not taking
Well-
criticism, then you're not. If you're not taking
Well, it's not
criticism,
just
then you're
that.
not surviving.
Like
I got
they
one at the
call
Cardinals
you,
game we went
like they
to.
personally
Oh,
call
yeah.
you with a person.
Really?
Like a
Oh, they
person
didn't-
calls you and
I
goes,
didn't get
"Hey,
called,
how's
I
your
got a
Oh no,
text.
it's probably like an
How's this?
email,
How's
right?
that?"
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Huh.
Yeah, I've gotten
Yeah,
those.
I got
too.
one-
They have a representative call you and be like, "Is there anything we could have done better, worse, whatever?"
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, I've
I
gotten
didn't
those
have a
calls before.
person. I didn't have a person. I just had some guy text me and says, "Oh, when me and him went to the Cardinals game 2 Decembers ago." I mean, yeah, okay. Food was still expensive.
I mean,
It
like,
was a nice-
but like,
nice
you,
feed.
you need feedback to survive, and that's why they do that.
Mhm.
You need because I mean,
Oh.
obviously, if the fans suddenly all of a sudden felt like, you know what, screw it, these guys don't give a crap about us. Why am I even going to go? Obviously, no one's going to want to show up, so they're going to have to show some sort of evidence as to pointing out that they care.
Mm-hmm. Before we move on to the next topic, I'm going to close it out with this. This just popped up on my phone as we were talking, so I pulled it up on my computer. This is from Florentino Perez, the Real Madrid president. He said this just recently. It was reported by ESPN. His statement, and this is quote by quote, "I am sad and disappointed. We've been working on this project for 3 years. I've never seen so much aggression. It is as if we orchestrated. It is as if we orchestrated. It surprised us all. I've been in football for 20 years. It's an aggression I've never seen in my life. We've had threats. It's like we killed someone. Killed football." And that is exactly what they tried to do.
Well, going back to what we were saying
Agreed.
about how they're disconnected from the fans, the fact that he's been in there for 2 decades and honestly had almost zero sensitivity to how the fans would react pretty much just drives me
And
nuts.
and he's the president of probably
one of
he's
the
one of
biggest
the
clubs
president
in
one,
Europe.
yeah, the
One of
top
the
three.
biggest
It's
clubs in
always
the
the top
world.
three.
One of the biggest clubs
And
in
the
the
most
world.
valuable.
The most valuable,
Most
too.
valuable.
He had Ronaldo. That's how big.
He had the Ronaldos. He had 2 Ronaldos.
Yeah,
Yes.
2 Ronaldos, yeah.
They are
Cristiano
Literally.
and Ronaldo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yep.
Anyway,
No, go ahead. Go ahead,
I'll
Alex.
close out with that. I'll just say that just drives the point home to really close it out. But the fact is, dude, you're an owner of freaking Real Madrid. You've been in there for 20 years. You have it. I don't even know how to describe that. It's so blatantly obvious how little of sensitivity he has for the fans.
Exactly.
I mean, and that just drives the point we've been arguing at home. And that's all I can really say about that.
Yeah, we asked that from here on out, owners do not have sensitivity to the fans. Moving on now. We wanted to talk about this for a little while because it was last weekend. Was it last weekend or was it?
Which one?
Last weekend.
It was last weekend. Last weekend was the anticipated series, and he was there
And it
to play
starts
for
tomorrow.
it. And what starts tomorrow?
The round 2.
Round 2 starts tomorrow. So round 1 was this weekend. Round 2 is tomorrow. Padres versus Dodgers, the fight for the NL West. And
Hey, what about us?
what?
You
Oh,
don't
you
count,
guys
Joey.
are.
Shut the fuck up!
You traded
Get
Nolan
out, Joey.
Arenado.
Well, they had no choice. They kind of fell apart. But still,
Hey,
the Rockies
we are
aren't mad.
Maybe they should
6-12.
take
We
lessons
have a
from
chance.
Florentino Perez.
Did you just say 6 and 12? We have a chance.
Yes.
6-12.
6-12.
Hey, we swept the Astros. We swept the
Hey,
Astros.
go ahead.
Okay,
Go
they-
ahead
they
and make
did
another 11
something
and 5. Go ahead and make another
Go
11
ahead,
and
go
5.
ahead.
Hey,
Make
hey,
Dude, make
hey,
another one.
hey.
Make another one.
How many games are in this season?
162.
162.
In his defense,
Fine.
though,
Fine. We're
the
going.
Nash.
Fine. We're gonna win. I'm saying we're gonna win at least 57 games.
Okay.
Okay.
11 and 5.
Please.
You heard it here. You heard it here.
100 lost
I'd
season.
say
Anyway.
62 and 100,
Anyway.
but okay.
Anyway, let me go back to that. I will say, the Dodgers showed up prepared, genuinely prepared. And now, I mean, obviously they couldn't get away perfectly, but that said, I mean, it's the regular season. But I'm curious just to see what the matchup brings when the Dodgers play at home. Now,
Yeah,
Dodgers
true.
historically
It's a 4-game
have the
set at
greatest-
Chavez Ravine.
Now, the Dodgers, historically speaking, have the best home field advantage out of any MLB team in the past 25 years.
Oh, that's tomorrow.
Now let's see what happens. Now we've seen how they can go 2-1 on the road. Let's see how they do in front of Blue Heaven. Let's see. I'm curious to see what the dynamic changes. I have to see the pitching lineup. I'm not too familiar with that. But I mean, the Dodgers showed up to play.
I'll laugh if the Padres sweep you.
Can I go a timeout here, guys? Can I go a
Yeah.
timeout here?
Yeah.
Alex in the chat is an
know.
Astros fan.
There is.
Baby shark. Do, 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 do,
Are
do,
you
da, da, da,
shitting me?
Finally, another
Okay,
NL
well,
East.
NL
East fan.
I don't know why he said that. He said that nonchalantly too. He was just like, "Bro, my Astros suck." He just said that nonchalantly.
Wait,
like
I thought you said
wasn't gonna
Nationals.
Huh?
I heard
I thought you
Nationals.
said Nationals.
No, Astros.
Oh, you did
Oh.
remind them of a World Series they lost.
He like just nonchalantly types in the YouTube chat, "Bro, my Astros suck." Like, dude, are you actually not expecting us to not respond to that? Are you shitting me? Like, come on, bro. All right. Well, okay. You got everybody getting up, grabbing trash cans. I'm not grabbing one. There you go.
No,
you
didn't
deserve
need to grab
that.
when someone threw it
Anyway.
on the field.
I don't care if you unsubscribe. You deserve that. Anyway. So tomorrow it is at Dodger Stadium. So they do get that. Like you said, he wants to see him play inside Dodger Stadium. The pitching matchup is Ryan Weathers versus Walker Buehler.
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
Ryan Weathers.
Huh?
Ryan Weathers.
Ryan Weathers.
I'm
Hey,
sorry,
you're
Ryan
putting
Weathers.
Walker Buehler on the mound.
Ryan
It's a
Weathers.
W.
Ryan Weathers.
Is Trevor Bauer going in this series?
Who is Ryan Weathers?
Is Trevor Bauer going? Well, Trevor Bauer played what? When did Trevor
I
Bauer
think
play
he
last?
played game 2 or 3. I don't remember. Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh wait, and well, here's the other thing I haven't freaking realized. Well, how did the other game go? How did that game go against the Dodgers Padres? Oh,
Dodgers took 2 out of 3.
We did.
so okay, the Dodgers won the series. They won 2 games out of the 3.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm not gloating. I mean, the fact we took the majority of it, though. I mean, it shows how good they can be on the road.
Oh, and one of those
So, like
games
I
was
said-
Kershaw, which is the game that you guys didn't give up a run. So that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He played awesome that game. I do have to admit.
Yeah.
that he
Well,
got
actually,
off-
hold up. What was his
The
stats
first
that game?
game was
I wanna see that.
electrifying, though.
I want to see actually.
The
How
first-
did Kershaw do in that game?
he
6
was-
innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 walks, 8 Ks. Oh.
Just another day in the office for Kershaw.
Yeah, just another day in the office for Kershaw.
Mhm.
Wow. Damn, 8
Now,
Ks
check. Who
in
was their
6
starting
innings.
pitcher? Who was their starting pitcher on the one we dropped? Out of curiosity.
Oh, I saw that as well. It was.
I don't remember anymore.
You guys lost
I think
5 to
it
2. S. Alexander?
Who?
Scott Alexander,
Alexander?
relief pitcher. Oh, so it wasn't even your starter who lost the game. They said your relief pitcher lost the
Who
game.
was our starter anyway?
Yeah, who was your starter? I want to see this.
I think it was.
Let me go to box score. Bauer! No!
Who? Trevor Bauer.
It was Bauer.
Bauer pitched. Bauer. No, here's the thing
Okay.
though. Bauer pitched 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run,
Not bad.
7
Can't fault the
Ks,
guy.
and the 1 run was a home
Friends.
run. Like Bauer
Let me
wasn't
remind
playing. You guys take. Wait, and then Alexander gave up a run, and then you guys put in a guy named Gratterol. Gave up 1 run.
Oh, Gordon Adderall. Yeah.
And then Santana gave up
Britislaw
2.
Gratterall. Oh, God.
Back that up by saying Yes, Dave
What?
Roberts won us a ring, but what
Oh
happened?
my,
Yeah.
this bet. Oh my
Pause.
god.
What happened?
What?
My OBS
Stop recording?
disconnected. I
What?
think
Oh,
we're
crashed?
still live. Oh, I think we're still live. Yeah, I think
Oh,
we're still
shit.
live.
If some. Okay.
YouTube says
Anyway.
we're still live. We're still good to go. My OBS disconnected. Oh my
Anyway.
god.
Anyway, and time out. Let me go back to anyway. As I was saying, yes, Dave Roberts did get us a ring, but let me just say this doesn't erase his mistakes in terms of managing the bullpen. This specifically our relievers.
Oh my
God.
goodness.
Let me just remind you, this is the same man. Well, I mean, this doesn't surprise anybody. This is the same man who was beating the Red Sox 2-0 deep into the 7th inning in Fenway. He put in Ryan Madsen and instantly gave up 4 runs. Now let me say this, that you might say that's a fluke. No, he did it again at home. When the Dodgers were up 4-1, he put in Ryan Madsen, who gave up a grand slam. So, just a reminder, yes, he won us a ring, but no, that does not erase the memory.
No, that does not
Isn't
erase
Ryan
the
Madsen
trauma.
like 35 years old?
This is the same man who put out Kershaw on 2 days rest and then put out Joe Kelly, who promptly gave up a 3-run homer to Howie Kendrick. That cost us a trip to the NLDS.
Yes, he won us a ring. No, it doesn't give up the trauma.
Yes, he got
So the
cheated out of a
Brewers
ring
swept San
because
Diego.
Bush was- Wait, what?
The Brewers swept San Diego.
They've got really good pitching this year. Like, stupid good pitching.
Really?
I need to look at the box score.
If we're
Give me
also
a sec.
talking other news, Athletics just won their 11th in a row.
Yeah,
Oh, the Mariners.
Sean.
Hey, guys, I don't think you guys could have seen this last year, but the Mariners have. What's the Mariners record at? They're like tied for.
They're gonna. The dick punch is coming.
It'll come.
They're 11
It'll
and
come,
7.
but-
They're second in the AL West.
Yeah,
Well,
but
it's a
we all know-
Mariner
but-
tradition. The dick punch
but
is
it's the
always
Mariner
coming.
Let me point this out.
question
though.
is, when is
it
Wait,
coming?
but they still have hope. They still have hope at all, though. The fact that they actually have hope this year to actually somehow finish with a winning record. I mean, that's not something I think we've been able to say for the past 5 or 6 seasons.
It is true. Seattle
can't
hope
take-
is something you don't normally get.
Are you
I can't take that
serious?
away from
Holy
Mariners. I
crap.
can't take that away from them. 'Cause that has been that.
So,
long throughout the Mariners.
so yes, this is the perfect time to talk about
Wow.
it. So yeah, so tomorrow, San Diego is in LA. They play a 4-game span, all 4 days in a row, starting on Thursday, ending on Sunday. 3 of the
Read the
games are
pitching matchup.
3 of the games are televised. And then LA is going to be using Bueller tomorrow, and then Kershaw on Friday, Bauer on Saturday, May on Sunday,
Ooh.
and
Ooh, not bad.
San Diego is going to put Weathers up tomorrow. Then it's going to be Darvish, Snell, and then Musgrove in that order.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Not bad.
It's a him, but Darvish really hasn't proven to be actually as hot as I thought he would be in terms of pitching.
Basically, he's still trying to bounce back from the one World Series or the one postseason that he completely just flopped on. Like, he's still trying to bounce back from
that
that.
wasn't his fault though.
I was checking out
to
some
give
stats
give
about
credit-
the Padres. My God.
I'll give
Girl,
credit where
Arnie.
credit is due. I mean, that wasn't necessarily his fault because I mean he pitched perfectly in that Game 3 and the Astros. Obviously, that is probably the worst example to cheating if you ever want to see that. But I mean, the thing is though, it's one thing to get cheated, but it's when you get knocked down by something that bad. But I mean, when I saw his games with the Cubs, that was genuinely quite bad.
Right,
And
yeah.
his time with the Rangers prior to that really wasn't that good either. So I don't know. I mean, obviously he seems like he's turned over a new leaf and he's starting to head in the right direction. But I mean, in this, I guess, recent string with the Padres doesn't appear to be as all as firing as as seasons past. He could prove me wrong. Let's find out. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe there is a flaw in the Padres system. I don't know. It's still going to make for one hell of a matchup though, and I'm still really anticipated to see this. So
What
go Dad.
channel? What days are going to be on national TV, Frank?
So tomorrow won't, but
Friday, well.
So Friday, Saturday is MLB Network, and then Sunday is Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN.
Saturday
you gotta
is on
have
MLB Network. Oh, I'm surprised it's not on Fox.
I don't think Fox does like their Saturday baseball
It's on FS1.
broadcast
Friends.
anymore.
It's on
Now,
FS1.
friends, I want to take a detour now from the top of the rankings. Let's have a look at the bottom, shall we? So now, I
What
want
are
you
we
to
Hey.
shitting on?
I want you to read the bottom 4 teams in the AL and the NL for us. Just to recap really quick.
I'll
Let's
bring
have
it
a
up.
look
I'll
and-
bring it up. I'll bring it up. I'll bring it
Let's
up.
just have a recap and just laugh at certain people. Just for the heck of it.
So hold
I,
on.
I know
Okay.
one of them is the
Standings-
Yankees.
Standings by league. So the lower four.
Oh, dear.
The
Tanner's
lower
not gonna
four
like
in
this one.
The lower four in each league.
Here we go.
The Toronto Blue Jays in the American League, Detroit Tigers,
What?
New York Yankees,
Fuck.
and the Minnesota Twins.
I will say this: George Springer got the punishment he deserved now, but sorry, Tanner.
The NL, it's the Washington
We
Nationals.
we've been going through some COVID stuff, so
Washington
All right.
Nationals, Atlanta Braves, Arizona Diamondbacks, Colorado Rockies.
Joey's dead.
Oh, what the fuck? We're third? Come on.
Wait, the Angels?
Damn it. Yeah, yeah, Athletics and Mariners, so. Astros
that's
are the
it.
bottom
don't
of the
worry.
list.
Don't worry about
Astros at
the Mariners.
Don't worry about it.
They're gonna punch their fans in the dick next month.
Well, you have that
surprising
coming
is
at
that the KC Royals are at the top of the AL Central. I did not expect that coming in.
It's early. It's too early though. It's too
Hey,
early.
this is just for the Alex in the chat. Stop celebrating. You are fifth last. So shut the fuck up.
Everyone knows you cheated and you lost to
Anyway,
the baby
he was like,
Texans.
guys.
"Yay, no Astros! You're fifth last. Shut the hell up."
Hey,
We only
guys,
went
it
top
doesn't-
4. That's why if we went top 5, your
Hey.
name would have been said.
You know what? It doesn't matter to me. We're having a Rocktober this year. We're the purple and
Oh
black.
no, it's
is going-
rebuild time, baby.
No,
Rebuild.
Rebuild,
We're
blow it
going all
up.
the
We're gonna do
way.
some mining. We're gonna blow it
Do
up.
we get to finally watch the Rockies tank?
No,
The
we
Rockies
don't
tanking?
tank.
What?
The Rockies
Are the
do not
Rockies
tank.
tanking this season?
Is
No.
there even an
Spent a-
incentive
They
to
spent
tank in baseball?
almost a decade tanking.
I'm just curious. Is there even an incentive to tanking in baseball?
They have to get
Uh,
rid of Smart and they gotta get rid of Blackman now, and then they'll be good.
If you're playing the long
No.
game, then yes.
Maybe.
I mean,
No,
the
I
Marlins
guess-
have been Marlins have been tanking since God knows when.
I mean, like maybe like the first round picks are nice, but like a
Well,
lot of
I
your
will say
players
this, the
just
Marlins-
spend time in minor leagues.
I don't understand the Marlins. They don't have a winning record for 5 seasons. Blow
Oh,
it up.
speaking of
blow it
that,
up,
how
blow
is
it up.
Spencer Torkelson doing?
I do have to say, I'm sorry, but it's the Rockies. Hey,
Or is he
I
playing
mean, they're-
minors?
actually, be mindful, Joey. It's not all terrible in Colorado. You have one team that's one particular position away from being competitive with the rest of its division, and it's not the
Right.
Avs or the Nuggets.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's because the Avs are at the top of their game. If it wasn't for the COVID
That's what I
outbreak
said.
that
I
the Avs
said
got,
there's
we'd be
one
number one in the
particular
league.
team that's only now. Now that isn't that a good segue to, I guess, to bring up.
Hey,
the
you know
draft
what?
really
You know
quickly.
what? Trey Lance is gonna. You're right. Trey Lance is gonna lead us to the promised land. I'm gonna be
Here we
happy.
go.
Is he? Is he?
Oh
Gonna
yeah.
go 11-6. Is he?
Wait,
11-6.
it's gonna be
Calling it
17
now.
games this year.
Trey Lance is your Trey Lance is your
11 and
draft pick. Are
6.
you sure about that?
I think he can fall to number 9.
I think
think
the
he can
Rockies
fall
need
to-
another
God.
white QB.
Another QB to
Hey.
fail.
Deshaun's
I would
at,
Drew
you
Lock.
can probably get Deshaun at a discount right now.
Oh
He's a
no,
minority.
no.
Elway doesn't want
Okay,
him.
I'm not
He's a
going
minority.
there.
Elway doesn't want him.
No, because I'm not going there because it the more and more it looks, the more and more it looks like it was a character assassination. That's all I'm gonna say. I've been
Oh,
on
no.
Deshaun's side this entire time.
But like I said, there is still a white QB on the draft board you can take, and we
God
all
damn
know
it.
John Elway loves white quarterbacks. We all
You gotta be
know.
over
What you
60.
put on the
You're right,
Instagram
you're
chat,
right.
man. What the fuck?
Guys, I honestly think the amount of not legal substances they do down there in Jacksonville will be enough to convince them to trade the number 1 pick to the Denver Broncos and get Trevor Lawrence for us.
Let's be real. Drew Lock is Drew Lock's got potential, man. He's easily worth another pick.
Could you imagine if we got the number 1 draft pick and we got Trevor Lawrence?
Well, you could get next year's number 1 draft pick.
Oh,
It's true.
that's cute.
You're right, because we're not. You're right, because we're not as bad at. Wait, what team you
I'm
refer
sorry,
to?
Joey,
Oh, the
but
Vikings.
like, all you gotta do is just admit the Broncos are in the hole and you guys are fucked. Like, that's all. That's all we're asking from you, bro.
Plus,
Hey,
you got
you
your
know what?
daddy.
Okay,
Plus, you
okay.
got y'all's daddy.
Frank,
No.
we might be in the hole and we might be getting fucked, but the Broncos are subs, so I mean it works out.
Well, let me point this out, guys. Let me point something out. To be fair, to be completely
To
honest,
be fair,
literally the Broncos are just one decent quarterback away from actually being
Yeah.
competitive
Yeah.
and actually flipping that. Think
Yeah.
about it though. That division. Think about it, the division. If the Raiders can rebuild the defense, the Broncos can actually get a good quarterback. That division looks pretty scary, to be honest, though. If
The
you think about
problem
it.
is all the quarterbacks I literally wanted either retired or got traded. I wanted Alex Smith, retired. I wanted Ryan Fitzpatrick, went to the
No, you
football
don't.
team. I wanted.
Well, then
I
Drew Lock's going to
wanted,
get even worse.
I was thinking about even Sam Darnold
You get Nick
traded
Foles.
to the Panthers. I was thinking, and then Deshaun, he's not going to get traded because the Texans just would rather watch his career die than let him be with
What
any other
pick
team.
does what pick do the Broncos have in the first round? Actually,
9.
actually, do you know what? Wait. To be fair, guys, help me out with this idea though.
Okay.
Think of this could be a possibility though for what he said about Darnold. The thing is, Darnold, I feel like actually wouldn't be too bad in their system. So let's say hypothetically,
Darnold is on. Why would the Panthers trade the quarterback they just traded for?
Yeah, no, Darnold's no longer a Jet.
oh, that's
Yeah,
right. I forgot.
Darnold,
He's a-
Darnold,
you
was
guys
Darnold
also-
was traded for a first-round draft pick.
I was gonna say, 'cause
Don't
they
you
could
guys
probably
also need a running back too?
No,
Yeah,
they got no.
thanks Texans. Screw you for taking
Oh,
Phil
yeah.
Lindsay.
Oh, yeah.
And Melvin Gordon can't keep
good.
off the stuff, so
You know
Huh.
what? Phil
That's a good
Lindsay was
point.
the one bright spot of last season. You know that?
Actually, he was. You realize that? Think about it though, because he had Jerry Jeudy. That offense wouldn't have been bad if they had a good quarterback. I mean, that offense could have been.
they had
Pretty good.
pieces.
No, they would have been
They had
good had they
pieces, they
not
were-
done a QB carousel
Oh,
like
that's
they've been doing since we lost Manning.
And their starter was possibly the worst man I've seen play.
you got
in,
Hilton. You got
since
Kendall
Marcus Russell.
Hinton.
He's
You
the
know what?
future,
I
baby.
think
He's
it-
the next
I
Taylor
think- You know what,
Heineke.
guys? I thought it. I know who we should get. We should get Super Bowl winning quarterback Blaine Gabbert.
Foles. No.
I think
It-
Joey's
it-
just happy
fucking
that at
Gabbert.
least the Avalanche are good.
Yay! And the Nuggets.
Guys,
Hey,
No,
and
Joey,
the Nuggets.
I know a perfect trade. Guys, no joke. I have a perfectly reasonable trade. Broncos can give up the 9th pick for Taylor Heineke. Boom. There we go. Solves everything.
I think Washington wants Heineke. Or no, wait, no. Who are Washington starting?
No, they're gonna
Fitzpatrick.
ruin it.
Washington
Oh, that's
They don't
right.
care.
They got
Fitzpatrick or
Fitz.
Heineke.
Nah,
They're gonna
Heineke's
ruin
a
Magic.
backup.
Wait, care about
Where's
their
Dwayne
quarterback.
Haskins? What team is Haskins on right now? Or is he
He
still?
Actually,
signed with the
that's
Steelers.
He lost his chance.
Guys, I think you're
He signed with the
forgetting.
Steelers.
I think you're forgetting the perfect man to raise Denver out of the ashes. Trace McSorley.
No.
He's coming out of retirement and switching
No,
sports.
I would genuinely think I would genuinely want Trey Lance. I think he'd be a good pick. I'm not sure if he's gonna. I mean, I'm not sure if he's gonna fall all the way down to 9. Like, I don't like. We need a quarterback.
It's gonna
That is.
Who did-
We need a quarterback.
Who do you think would
not for
take him,
quarterback
though?
controversy? We need a quarterback to give luck and inspiration to get good. And the truth is, the Broncos will not get the quarterback they want or need at the number 9 pick. They're going.
Do you think
to
they'd
have
settle
to
for Mac
trade up.
Jones? Could they settle for Mac Jones? Do you think, or do you think? Well,
I
because-
don't want to settle. I want Trey Lance.
No,
Trey Lance.
I think Matt gets picked before.
Did
the
Tyrod
thing is, I
Taylor
feel-
retire?
Oh,
No, but it's
no, I
weird
don't
though
want-
because like everybody's draft boards and mock drafts have all 4 quarterbacks going on all first 4 picks.
Who?
Actually,
who are
then I
the
actually
fir-
think about it.
Let's see. It's Trevor Lawrence.
Jacksonville.
It's Trevor Lawrence,
Jacksonville.
Justin Fields, Mac Jones, right? And then
Trey Lance.
who's the fourth one?
But Atlanta has a
It's
QB
Lance,
though,
right?
because Atlanta's number
Yeah.
4.
Is
I
Atlanta
know the
number 4?
Niners are number
They-
3.
No,
I think
but
they're-
no,
I
but
think
they're keeping Matt Ryan.
If they're drafting a quarterback, then it's
Not
Matt
getting any
Ryan's
younger.
successor.
Exactly. They're drafting
getting
Matt.
Matt Ryan
They're
still has
drafting
a-
somebody
no.
to back up and sit behind Matt Ryan, just like the 49ers trade up to find somebody to sit behind Jimmy G.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'm
but there's a
kinda
difference.
Yeah, but you're not going to
No,
compare
no,
Jimmy G
no.
to Matt Ryan.
No, the
That's
49ers
true.
want to pick a quarterback and then trade Jimmy G. They
Well,
want-
you
they
could get
want-
Jimmy
Let's be
G.
You
completely
can
real.
get Jimmy G. Trade your ninth
They-
pick for
you know
Jimmy
what?
G.
Hell
No, don't do that. Don't do that. For the sake of the
Hell
division,
no.
don't do that.
I
Don't do
might
that.
live in
For the sake of the
Colorado,
division.
but I've never been that high before. No,
For the sake of
and
the division,
speaking-
don't do it.
And speaking of which, I actually got high for the first time a couple days ago. That was not
He
fun.
was gonna
Have
clean
you
his
ever,
room,
like,
and then he
spun
got high.
around? Have you ever like spun around so much that you feel really, really dizzy?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the feeling.
Gentlemen,
Okay, so
prepared a poem. I've prepared a poem for our good friend.
oh boy.
Let me just state it goes like this. He was going to clean his room, but then he got high. He was going to sweep it with a broom, but then he got high. Now his room is a mess, and he knows why. Because he got high. Because he got high.
Because he got high.
Oh
God
god
damn
damn
He
it.
was going to go into class until he
No,
got high. He could've
I'm cutting
cheated,
you
and he
off there.
could've-
We're not having you sing the entire song with 4 minutes left. All right, bro. Let's
ripped that
get
off
back
Bafo,
to
man.
sports.
No, I did. No, did you like what I
Actually,
did?
guys,
Like the Family Guy thing? Like when
Actually,
he said-
guys,
it's like
I
saying
gotta go
rappers
a
are
little
poets.
early. I gotta go eat dinner and then get ready for work.
Bye,
sorry.
Joey.
All right, see you, Joey.
Chad, say bye to Joey. Say bye to Joey,
hey,
Chad.
You know what? This is a record, guys. This is what 4 streams in a row with me. Let's go.
Yes.
Woo.
Joey sounds so happy to be here.
Hey.
Because
Yay.
it's
We're
not
making
like
fun
we
of his
it's not
Broncos.
like we don't bully him on a daily basis.
No, you know
Like
what's funny?
the-
You know what's funny is I'm not in every friend group, every job, every place I've lived, everywhere. I'm the one who gets picked on. Because I'm the one who introduces themselves the hardest. I'm the one who's the most friendly, and so they're all like, "Oh, he can take it." And then what they don't realize is that, "Oh, don't mess with me, or I can." Oh,
He's got a knife.
Well, we don't kick your ass, so that's a
Don't kick
that's a
your
good
ass.
thing.
We're just
yeah,
We
Tanner,
can't.
Tanner,
We
you're,
can't.
Tanner, you're right. Tanner, you're right. You don't kick our ass. The Avalanche does that for you.
Oh,
Oh,
them's fighting words.
Oh.
Them's fighting words.
oh, damn.
Andrew Burnett,
Hey,
Tanner.
Frank, what are you doing?
Richard
Okay,
Park.
shut the fuck up. Rebuild, bitch. Fuck off. Rebuild, bitch. Fuck off. Rebuild. Fuck off.
Sadly in hockey, Joey has our number.
Yeah,
Guys,
yeah,
guys,
yeah.
reminder,
In hockey, he
reminder,
has
though.
the upper hand. Oh, well.
Reminder. Guys, quick reminder though. Yeah, we can't kick his ass, neither do the Avalanche, but the Dodgers still do. They do it for me.
Ooh.
Come on. Like, Joey only has her ass handed to us in hockey, so he.
And the Nuggets, excluding the Lakers.
How was
because
that,
Lakers are-
Western
Basketball
Conference,
could die
divisional
tomorrow,
round?
and I'd probably have a drink and celebrate.
Oh, that's on the level of Stephen A. Smith saying hockey is important.
I'm sorry. I could
Lakers,
care less about the
Lakers.
NBA. They're at this point.
Lakers.
At this point.
Anyway,
Hey, Joey, at
guys,
least the Heat have been in finals.
Oh.
Denver faced LA in a final, didn't they?
In the Western
Yes,
Conference. Oh, he left. He just
Western Conference Final.
He left. He was probably like about to like run late if he didn't leave right now, but it's fine.
Lakers.
Alex, I don't like the NBA. Like here's the thing. Basketball itself I found a really hard time to get involved in. Just in itself. The NBA, it doesn't help itself with just for me at least, the publicity
Each their own.
and Basketball is already a hard sport for me to follow, but then you add the publicity and you add the drama that players force, and then the way that they try and settle that drama, how it's all Twitter beef, and they never it's nothing to do on the floor.
I'll just say
just
this.
not for me.
Let me just say this. I think it's to each their own. I mean, I will say, I grew up worshiping it. It was one of my favorite things to follow as a kid. But honestly, I'm not going to go into too much detail for a few public reasons. But I mean, we kind of know. Well, I mean, there's a few notable public moments that have really started to give me a blind eye. Like, I mean, yeah, the Lakers are doing great, but I've honestly turned such a blind eye to it this season for some reasons I will not discuss here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just leave it at that. And I think it'd be better.
Not saying I hate the sport of basketball, and I hope the sport of basketball dies. I love going to ASU basketball games. I love watching the men's and the women's, and I hope that my ASU basketball team does not fucking lose all their recruits.
Anyway, to reel it in, I'll just say I'm
COVID.
not opposed because I grew up as a massive fan of the NBA in general. I mean, just from the recent, I guess say 2.5 years, it's been so disenchanting, and honestly, it could be, things could be better, and I'm not going to specify on that.
The NBA could be
move on
ran
from
better.
that.
That's all we're saying. The NBA
Let's
as a
just
league
say-
in itself could be ran better.
Yeah.
Let's just say there are dynamics that need to be changed and certain
Mhm.
public stances that I'll leave it at that. And I think the less said about those stances, the better here, at least.
That's something, if you want to talk to us privately about, go ahead, talk to us privately, but we're not
Do
going to
it.
mention it here on this show.
Actually, I'm not going to talk about it here. I don't want to draw
We don't have to
sides,
mention
and
it.
I don't think any of us here either. But now let's move it on. Let's move it on to the facts that well, no, we already talked about the Astros.
I mean, we're past
we
an
bring
hour.
up a particular. Should we bring up, I guess, a small segment of a particular individual who recently got himself into major hot water, or should we not?
No.
Okay, fair
If you're thinking if you're thinking who I'm thinking,
Oh!
who I think
no!
you're thinking of, then no.
No!
Okay, let's not
I
bring-
just caught
let's not
on!
bring-
Shut up!
Let's
The
not
chat
bring-
has caught on too! We are not!
No.
No.
Others have talked about it.
Urinating Tree has made a very nice video.
Urinating Tree has made a
we made a
fantastic
video-
video opinion about it. Make sure to go look it up. There's 100 other YouTubers who specialize in stuff like this. Just type his name and go find a video. And I'm not even going to say his name because I know everybody who is watching this and right now in our chat knows who he is. Just type his name and watch a
The
video
fact
of
that
somebody
he
who is
celebrated a fucking Super Bowl win on in my stadium makes me fucking sick.
Let me just preface this
'Cause he was there.
Actually,
Yeah, he
guys,
was.
let me just wrap this up and let's move it on in the sense that, okay, you know what? To be in complete seriousness, I'm not going to mention his name or give any credit to what he did because honestly, he does not deserve that publicity from
Right.
us because we are all better people than that. And frankly, now, I mean, it's good to remember that in a sense of humor, but honestly, let's just move on from him.
Look,
completely and just-
everybody who's watching this video right now live and possibly watching this video after it goes live
In the
on
future.
after the replay of it goes live on YouTube.
We don't
You
need to
already
say
know
who
who
he
he
is,
is.
but-
You've already heard the
But
stories.
we're not going to give him any credit or publicity for anything that recently transpired. And frankly, the less said about him right now, the better.
All I'm just going to say is that you already know who his name is. You already know what he does. You already know why he's famous. Just look him up.
And you know what he did.
Just type his name in.
know what he did.
And watch a YouTuber who either wants to talk about it, like Urinating Tree wanted to talk about it, though he normally doesn't talk about current events, or look up a
there's tons of
YouTuber who
people-
specializes in talking about current events. That's my
There's,
recommendation.
peop- there's tons of people who've addressed it, and honestly, I don't think we
Oh,
really
even
need
Chisel
to join the
Adonis
ranks for
did.
that.
Chisel Adonis
Oh, he
addressed
did,
it.
he did.
Urinating Tree addressed it. I'm pretty sure you could find multiple YouTubers who
Westside
addressed
Live
it.
did it too. Westside,
Drama
I
Alert
guess
has
if you
addressed
really
it.
want- yeah.
There's
Penguins,
multiple
Moist
YouTubers you can find.
Critical. Critical's done it.
But anyway,
Let's
like
I'll
that's
move
just
it-
all I'm gonna say.
Let's move it on from there. Move it on from there into another topic, though. The NFL numbers.
Yeah,
has to-
So yeah,
to
mention
change it.
yeah.
I'm not
Harken
going to
back
sleep
to- actually-
over it.
Like,
I'm not, but it's weird to think though. Like it goes back to the days of the '70s when players could pick number zero.
like
Yeah.
this
It's
is
gonna feel
like
weird.
this is my opinion. It's
We
numbers.
just want to let's have a wide receiver just wear 69. That's it.
The
Cool.
only number
Nice.
the only news when it comes to NFL and numbers that I could think of and care is that they unretired Cardinals players' numbers just so JJ Watt can wear it. Like when it comes like those
Yeah,
sort
that
of
was
things,
stupid.
you should care. As in for myself, I know a lot of people do care because they're like, oh, what number are they going to wear? I know a lot of people will care, but I don't know. Like it's a number to me. Like just to me, it's a number. Like if you like.
There's better things.
It would
worry about.
make
Yeah,
more
yeah.
it would make much more of a difference if it was like very, very small. Like if they said all QBs can only wear single digits, then that would be a bigger deal.
Ooh.
But the fact that the possibility of numbers are so wide position by position, not a big deal to me. That's just
like
how I
college.
feel.
Yeah, good point. Mhm.
It's like college. College, they let two players who play opposite sides of the ball wear the same number. That's a thing in college.
right.
You can have two fives
Yeah, good
and
point.
one be
They
a
used-
quarterback and the other one be a running back.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can have two different players who play opposite sides of the ball wear the same number. I have seen this like multiple times watching Notre Dame football games. They'll have a cornerback wear number 5, and then we'll go on the other side of the field and there's a wide receiver with the same number 5.
Good point. Well, think about it because I mean, like a running back can wear like at number 25 and up. Or I think lower than that. I think like number 20 to 20.
Like the NFL has been
20 to
like hyping this
40.
up because you're like, oh, who needs to go through a number change? Who do you want to see change their number? I'm gonna guess right now that there will be some players who change their numbers, and you'll probably see like a couple of big name players be like, yeah, I want to do a new number now. This is not going to be
If I did-
as controversial nor as popular of a topic as the NFL wants you to think.
I will. Yeah, true. I will say this: if I had to pick any number, it would have been a number 9.
Is that with or without cheese?
No, one with extra dip.
Extra
Two
dip,
number
got it.
47.
Two
Two
number
extra
47.
47s. One with cheese and a large soda.
As us fat guys, we order that on a daily basis.
Problem is, I don't have any green.
That's
I have
that's my Sunday meal is just
Two
Big
number
Smoke's
9s.
order.
my
Two number 9s.
my
a number
Sunday
9
church
large.
meal is Big Smoke's order.
Two number 9.
Number 9.
A number 9.
Number 9 large. Number 6
47 with
extra
extra
dip.
San Andreas. That's
San
one of the best
Andreas,
games ever.
eh.
Well, he couldn't follow the damn train.
I told you to follow the damn train.
That's gonna wrap up the show for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys liked what you listened to today and want more, make sure to subscribe to our channel down below. We really appreciate if you guys do. If you guys want to see anything that, like Alex said, if there's something you want us to cover, leave it in the comments. If there's something that you liked from today's video, leave it in the comments. Make sure to go join the Discord. That's where a lot of us are, and it's actually a really cool community. We talk about a lot of sports there. If something breaks down, we're going to talk about it. So don't be afraid to join it. It's very small. Don't feel like you're going to be left out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I try my best to interact with the chat. But when it comes to stuff like this, we talk to each other a lot that I don't normally I try my best to incorporate the chat, but if I don't do it, I'll try and do it much more. DJ, sorry about that if I didn't do it that much today. But I'll try
Hey, DJ.
I'll try and
DJ,
interact. I'll try and interact more. It's just hard to, like, when we're having a serious conversation,
Let me-
to then take my focus off it and move over to the chat, because we have a lot of
me
deep,
give-
serious conversations on the show.
Let me give one good interaction for the chat. Thank you, DJ. DJ's been a longtime fan of this podcast.
Yes.
Honestly, thank you, DJ, for every show. I mean, you keep it active, and honestly, thank you, man. I mean, thanks for we have a fan. And the fact that
I would
he's
say
dedicated his time to watching us. Thank you, DJ.
I would say
Thank you.
DJ.
Yes, thank you.
I would say DJ and Alexander are probably our most the people who make the most noise in our YouTube chat. So we thank you guys both. Thank you so
What
much
about
for
that
being
Salmon Boy
involved in our shows.
27 guy? He's always there.
The what?
Salmon Boy 27 guy.
Yeah, that's
Always in
Salmon
there.
one. That's Salmon 427 guy.
That guy's annoying.
We all
man.
have like screen names like off camera, like on our own time. We all have like
Somehow
screen
he
names.
was able to sneak onto the show. Wonder how that happened.
But
Never
anyway,
noticed.
like I said, if you guys do like the interaction, though, please go join the Discord because we do interact on there too. I'm always on Discord. I'm always on the internet. So definitely, if you talk about it as something in chat, there's a chance that I might respond. Probably really gonna
I'm here.
respond. So, anyway, on that note, though, have a great rest of your night. We'll see you all
Have a
later.
good night, friends.
Bye bye.
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 Bye.